What's going on, brother? That you're going to be setting a lot of appointments, having that pre-qual in your back pocket so you know that the appointments that you're going on are ready, willing, and able, bona fide and qualified. You know what I mean?
I'm ready to get. So we'll do the pre-qual if that works.
Let's say you're closing it for sale by owner. Whatever your line to go into the pre-qual is, just shoot that out, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, Daniel, I really want to be of service and do a great job for you and your family. So, in an effort to really help you get what you want and the time you want, there's a few questions I'd like to ask just to make sure I'm fully prepared and can provide you with the most accurate information. Really be of the best assistance. And I'll be brief because I know your time is really valuable. Daniel, you were kind enough to share with me that the main reason you're looking to sell this property is that you're moving to Houston, not only to be closer to family, but it would also just make work a little easy for you. Is that right?
Yeah, that's exactly why.
Okay, excellent. And if I was able to help you sell this property as early as in the next 30 to 45 days, would that create a problem for you and your family in any way, or would that be okay?
No, that'd be ideal. You think you can sell that quickly?
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely what we're going to discuss and create a game plan to go over during our time together. I was wondering, is it an option for you to maybe not sell this property and still make the move happen? In other words, maybe renting it out or holding it as a secondary home or anything like that?
Um, no, I think ideally we'd like to just take the proceeds of this and bring it to our next destination.
Okay, great. Yeah, great. I understand for sure. And you were also kind enough to share with me that your wife would be joining us during the time together. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, great. What was her name?
Jessica.
Jessica. And Jessica, she's fully on board. You mentioned she's just as excited as you are. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Very nice. Okay, great. And I was wondering, have you guys made any changes or modifications to the inside of the property at all that you believe might affect the value in some way? Examples being, like the kitchen, the bathrooms, or maybe the flooring.
Yeah, I mean, renovated the whole house, kitchen, baths. We did it over about a year and a half to 2 years, probably about 6 years ago. So everything is pretty much ready to go. So yeah, I mean, we've done it all.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm scrolling through the pictures here, and it looks very nice. So definitely did a great job with all of that. So, I was just want to confirm the price that you're asking. It's 315. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, great. And I want to be clear. My intention really is to help maximize value as much as we possibly can in terms of the sale of the property. So when we connect, we'll be going over a few things together. The first is we're going to take a look at what's active on the market and not selling, what they look like inside, and how much they're asking. The second thing we're going to pay very close attention to is what is actually sold and closed and what they look like, how long it took, and how much they got. And from all this information, Daniel, we're going to be able to determine not a pinpoint of a penny, but certainly a very tight, realistic range as what will be reasonable. And from there, it will come down to strategy because price is a strategy in attempt to get the most. So we'll be going over those strategies together as a team because I want you to feel completely comfortable with the strategy that we ultimately end up choosing. Does that make sense to you?
I mean, yeah, I can follow along.
Okay, great, great. And you currently have a mortgage on the property at all, or is it free and clear for you and your family?
No, we owe probably 130, 140,000, something like that.
Okay, 140,000. I'll make a note of that. And in hopes to be the best assistance, I'm going to prepare for you a net sheet that will show you dollars and cents what the proceeds will be to you when we're signing papers at closing. Would that be helpful to you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, excellent. And is it, are you interested in all in acting like a bank and holding a note for a new buyer, or do you just want me to help you get all the cash out?
No, I think at this stage, if the buyer does not have the means to get a mortgage, they probably shouldn't be looking at the property.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. So, Daniel, thank you for everything you shared with me so far. Do you have any questions for me, before we connect?
Um, for the sake of argument, no, but they will. But I'll say no at this stage. No, no, I'm good.
Okay, okay, great. And then it is my intention to do a great job for you and your family. So, other than what we discussed here so far, is there anything else that's going to be really important to you as far as the selection process of an agent?
Um, Yeah, I mean, just somebody that, again, we've been through this process, once before.
Yeah.
So we don't want to be doing that again. So really, I mean, just get the thing sold. Get some buyers to get in here to make real offers. We don't want lowball offers, and really just somebody who's going to be aggressive getting it out there.
Okay, great. Yeah, sounds like you've been to this once already. You want someone that's going to be able to help you walk you through it step by step and get the most out of the home this time. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, great. And, along those lines, I know you're super straight into the point, Daniel, and I'm the exact same way. When we connect, if everything is crystal clear and you feel super comfortable and confident that I can sell your home, are you open to the possibility of hiring me to help you when I see you tomorrow at 5?
I mean, I do want to hear what you have to say, how you're going to be pricing the property, and how you're going to be marketing it, because that's important.
Okay, great. Yeah, I understand. And I know this is a big decision. My intention in asking is really just to try to gauge where you're at in the process. So I'll go ahead, just bring the appropriate paperwork with me. That way, in the event that everything does make perfect sense and you're ready to go, then we can proceed and get started. Fair enough?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, great. And Daniel, thank you again for speaking with me and for your willingness to share. I'll go ahead and send you an email with a little bit about me, what we can do to help, along with some information about what's going on in the market. And we're going to dive in and take a very close look at everything together as a team when I see you tomorrow at 5. So great.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds good.
All right, see you then.
Awesome.
All right. Well,
Cool.
shake it, man. How you
How does
doing?
that feel for you? Tell me how you felt reading, doing that. Is that off the top of your head, or do you have that scripts in front of you?
No, it's off the top of my head. So,
Okay.
I was just, it's not internalized yet though. So like as I'm speaking
Yeah,
from memory, I'm like thinking of where I need to go next.
it's good though. I can tell you've been practicing because yeah, that's if that's off the top of your head, that's solid. Now I want you to get to a place where you can't get it wrong.
Right, exactly. That's my goal.
Yeah. We say amateurs practice till they get it right, but professionals practice till they can't get it wrong.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
want you to not get it. I want you to do that where you can't get it wrong.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
All
gonna
right.
practice it every day.
So there's a couple tips, and then what I'm going to do real quick, because we have time, I'm going to go through a pre-qual with you as me being the agent. So take out the word maybe.
Get out.
Yeah, we're not
Okay.
maybes here. We
Okay.
are we are we are decision makers. So maybe is something that it's a waffling word. Gives you an out.
Yeah.
So I don't like no maybes. Because you said it in the word, you said it a couple times, but I remember one you said, um is it as far as movies concerned, is it an option for you not to sell the property? Maybe. And I'm like, no, don't say maybe.
Okay. Right.
So, and then the other thing is during when you go over the comps, hey, what we're going to be looking at together as a team, what's currently in the market and not sell. That was a long, that was long.
Break it up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna show you how I break it up because it's long. It's like you're talking for a good bit. So just throw a couple of easy questions in there, which I will, which I'll show you how to do. And then you complimented me on the pictures of and the condition of my house. That's so important.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm scrolling through the pictures here, and it looks very nice. So definitely did a great job with all of that. So
If it's legitimately a nice home, tell them. Be sincere with it. Hey, let me. And you'll hear me say it. One of the things I do is I'll just be like, hey, you know what, Mr. So, let me just take a step back and, recognize you. This house is in phenomenal condition. You've done just an excellent job with keeping it in show ready condition and shape. So I know that can't be easy for you. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the pictures here. It looks great. I'll make a note to all the buyers and their agents, all of the upgrades that you've done to the home. Okay.
okay. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. All right. So, and that's basically the feedback I have for you. It's solid. You have it in your head. Now I just want you to tweak it so it's a little more free flowing,
Yeah.
natural,
Right.
organic.
For
You know what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Cool. Awesome. All right. So, hey, so Dan, in preparation for our time together today, I just wanted to go over a few quick questions so that when we do meet tomorrow at 2, I can really just be of best service to you and we can maximize our time. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Now, Dan, you were kind enough to share with me the main reason you're looking to sell this property. Again, just to go over it, is you're looking to get to Houston. You have, relatives there, and your job's going to be relocating you there as a work from home. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome. So, in terms of time frame, Dan, if a buyer comes to me when we have it on the market, buyer says, "Hey, Dan, we'd like to close this in, let's say, 45, maybe 60 days." It sounds like that time frame would work out well for you. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, that would be preferable. We can get out of that quick.
Awesome. All right, great. I'll make a note of that here. Now, I'm wondering, Dan, as far as the move is concerned, let me ask: is it an option for you, Dan, not to sell this home but still make the move to Houston? Rent this home out, possibly?
Oh, I mean, it's not what we like to do, but it's an option we've been considering, since it didn't sell the first time. So we're kind of looking a little into that, but
Okay. Well, tell me about that. Um, is Plan A to sell the property, or is Plan A to rent the property?
plan A is definitely to get it sold, and we would only rent it if we couldn't do that for whatever reason.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, listen, Dan, I'm more of a Plan A guy myself, so let's focus on getting the property sold so we can get you exactly what you want in the time you want. Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
Awesome. Yeah, and that leads me to my next question, Dan. I can tell that you're definitely ready to make the move. How does your wife feel about it?
I mean, she's excited. I mean, it was originally her idea, so I mean, she's definitely on board.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. And share with me her name again.
Julie?
Julie. Awesome. So Julie's just as excited as you.
Yeah, definitely.
I love it. Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to meeting Julie as well. So now, Dan, nobody knows your home as well as you and Julie do. So with that said, share with me any changes, modifications that you and Julie have done to the inside of the home, maybe even the outside, that could affect its value in some way.
Yeah, I mean, we've lived here for a few years. It is a starter home, so we've been doing a lot of work to it. We've done one of the bathrooms, we've got new flooring, and we got painted the outside and whatnot. So
Awesome. Yeah, you know what, Dan, I'm looking at the pictures here. Everything looks great. I mean, you've done a fantastic job keeping this property in show ready shape. So I'm really looking forward to getting our photographer in here, shooting it, getting it on the market. So, Dan, I'll make a note of all the amenities that the property offers to the buyers and to their agents. Once we go to market. Okay.
okay, yeah, that's great.
Perfect. Now, Dan, I'm wondering as far as price is concerned. I'm imagining you've probably done a little bit of homework in preparation for getting the property on the market. So share with me, Dan, do you have any idea at all realistically about what you and Julie are thinking of listing the home for at this time?
Yeah, I mean, well, I didn't sell the first time at 450, so but that was also 6 months ago. So I think it might be able to get that out of it this time if we try to be. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a great question. I really appreciate you asking me that. And I do want to be clear, Dan, that, that is my intention today is really just to net you and Julie every penny possible on the sale of this property. And I'll be very candid with you both, very straightforward regarding price and strategies with that. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome. Because what we're going to do, Dan, together as a team, myself, you, and Julie, we're going to be looking at homes that are on the market right now and they are not selling. Okay. And those can be very informative to us with regards to how we strategize price. Does that make sense? Awesome. And then what we're also going to do, Dan, is we're going to look at homes that have sold and closed in the last 6 months in your area. And what I mean by that, Dan, is what a buyer, a seller, and a bank appraiser have all agreed to for prices of those homes. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I guess that does. Yeah.
Perfect. And then what we'll do, Dan, is what'll come to the surface. It's not a pinpoint to the penny, but what we will get is a nice, realistic range regarding value and price for your property. Okay.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Great. And then what we can also do, Dan, is discuss strategy. Because remember, pricing your property is going to be a strategy in an attempt for us to get the most money we can out of those buyers. And we'll go over all the strategies you and Julie have at your disposal. Okay.
Okay, yeah, sounds great.
Great. Now, Dan, I'm going to send you over an estimated net sheet so you can kind of see what the proceeds will be to you and Julie when we're at the closing table signing papers. So, what's the best email address to send that over to you?
You can do Daniel@gmail.com.
Awesome. Now, Dan, I am aware right now that I am just a voice at the other end of the phone. So, share with me this. I'm imagining, are you going to be interviewing different agents for the job of selling the property?
So maybe we've been talking with one guy from like church, and since it hasn't been selling, and we kind of talk with him on and off. But I mean, I don't like what he had to say so far. So
I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing that. If you don't mind letting me know, Dan, what is going to be important to you and Julie with regards to the agent that you hire? What qualities are you looking for?
really, just primarily someone that we can trust and knows what's going on, and we've confident that's not going to want you wishy washy, and that we'll actually get the job done. So
Okay. So if I'm hearing you right, really just somebody that's going to give it to you straight every week with regards to communication and someone that you and Julie really can rely on as a source for information for you regarding the property and the sale. Is that right?
yeah, that's absolutely correct.
Awesome. Dan, you want to hear the great news?
Okay, what's up?
I feel supremely confident that myself and my team, Dan, we fit that criteria that you and Julie are looking for. And at the end of our time together tomorrow, if you feel the same way, we can just get the paperwork out of the way and get you and Julie one step closer to that Houston property. Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great. That's good.
Awesome. Now, Dan, in that email I'm going to send over to you, there's also going to be a link to our website, www.soldinnewjersey.com. So I'd encourage you and Julie to take a look at that. Check out some of our past client reviews, our social proof online, some references if you'd like them. Could you take a few minutes and look at that before we meet tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at everything you sent over.
Awesome. Now, Dan, you do strike me as somebody who's very straightforward. I am the same way, which is probably why we ended up connecting today. When we do meet tomorrow, and you and Julie just feel really comfortable and confident in me that I can just help you maximize value with all the equity you have in this home. And at the same time, Dan, get you down to Houston in the time frame that you want. It sounds like you'd be open to the possibility of hiring me when we meet. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, if everything makes sense, shoot, we're ready to go.
Perfect. And Dan, let me be the first to say, I am super excited to serve you and Julie and help you both accomplish your goals and objectives. So I'll have all the appropriate paperwork with me when we do meet tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, great.
Great. Now, Dan, I've asked you a lot of questions, and I really appreciate you giving me, 10 minutes of your time. Do you have any questions for me before we meet tomorrow?
I don't know, man. We'll talk it over with me and Julie, and if we come up with any, we'll ask you tomorrow then.
Awesome. Dan, let me say thank you. I really appreciate the time that you gave to me today. So what I'm going to do is this. I will give you a ring tonight, roughly around, I don't know, 5, 6 o'clock, to make sure that you receive the email. And number two, that the time tomorrow at 3 is still good. Okay?
Okay.
Awesome. Looking forward to it, Dan.
All right.
Take care.
Yeah. Well, I like that.
A little different?
Yeah, it's like that's not the structure is pretty much the same, but like how you're saying it is definitely different. So
Yeah. Well, and when you say different, how do you mean?
well, I noticed that you broke that one part I had up. You broke it into I think 4 different segments.
Yeah.
With the questions. And then I like how you asked you left the part about asking questions until the end. I thought that sounded most appropriate anyways. I just was following the way I think it was for the video from Aaron. But
Yeah.
it's more assumptive how you're asking those questions too.
Well, they lead to yeses, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's the end of the day. We're going there. You're going there with the intention of listing the property. That's why you're there. So these questions all there's a component to them to where you're building confidence in the seller that you're the guy for the job. That's all I'm doing. There's nothing salesman-y here. I mean, look, we are salesmen. That's what we do. We sell real estate. But the way that I kind of structure these questions and ask them, it's very to me, it's more engaging and it's more uh, oh, what's the word? Just open to where, at the end of it, they're just going to be like, yeah, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, okay, that sounds fair. Yeah, okay. We're going to be looking at stuff together as a team. I mean, you're using phrases like together as a team, which you are. You are a team with these people.
Definitely. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's what I would share with you, man. If you can do something along those lines, because the way you have it is really good. You're solid in it. Just make it more yours, I guess would be the word.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Let me see. I can repetition bit over time. It'll maybe tweak it here or there.
It absolutely will. That's how we get to where we get. I mean, I got maniacal with these scripts when I first started with Aaron, I don't know, 8-9 years ago. I just got maniacal with him because I just said, what do I need to do to get to a level that's even close to you? And he's like, do them every day, role play twice a day, sometimes 3, which I used to do for, about 2 years before this role play. I did it from 7:10 to 7:30. Doing objections, and then I did 7:30, and then I did 11:30. So you just get maniacal with it, man. Write them out. I'd say write them out. Yeah. So chant them, write them, keep practicing them. But you're on the right track, my brother. You definitely are.
Yeah, would you recommend I just continue to memorize what I have, or should I? Because I recorded what you just said, so would it be helpful to kind of make those speaks before I set them in my head?
Well, I'd ask you this: which way seemed more natural that you think you could convey to a seller that would be more you? The first way or the second way? Your way or what I just did?
Yeah, right. No, I guess it just feels like the first way, just that's what I know.
Okay.
I like how you asked the questions better though.
Okay. So if you think that you can convey how I did it to a seller and it's authentic and true for you, then do it that way. Yeah. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You memorize it, you start to, do it. And then as you're doing it and going through it, you're like, this really isn't me. And you'll start to tweak it to make it more you. Because that's all I did here.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
The how do I say it? Like the foundation of the house is the same, but the amenities and the floors and what's inside, that's different.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that.
Awesome.
Hey, bro, thank you first and foremost for, taking some time out to talk to the audience, man. I mean, a lot of things going on in the market, and someone of your stature, Hose,